kind of nice to like take a step back and see what something that I really, really love is all about when you remove the other person that I'm usually doing it with.
The joy of backpacking alone. I'm no stranger to being in the outdoors, or backpacking for that matter. If there's anything I know how to do, it's how to load up a pack and cover some miles. But recently, I came to the realization that backpacking is something that I don't know how to do alone. Which brings me here, to the Mojave National Preserve, because I'm about to head out on my first ever solo backpacking trip. Come along with me as I figure out how to do this on the fly, and maybe we can learn a thing or two together.
Okay. Time to pack. I'm probably gonna talk to myself out loud because normally I have somebody to run through the gear checklist with. All right, sleeping pad, tent, sleeping bag, beanie, in case I get cold, heavier jacket, in case I get cold, pair of pants, in case I get cold. Last but not least, cameras. I'm only bringing like 3 or 4. Ready.
I feel like women are often given 1.5 million reasons as to why they shouldn't do things alone. I'm only speaking for myself, but I'm often left feeling stuck somewhere between the desire to live life on my own terms and the fears that have been drilled into my head by others. So this trip is for me and all the other lady-identifying people out there who want to venture into the outdoors to see what they're capable of.
Goodbye.
If you've never backpacked alone, I recommend starting small and close to home. If you need some practice being alone, you could try camping in your backyard or car camping someplace you feel comfortable. And no shame, we all have to start somewhere. From there, you can slowly start stepping out of your comfort zone and venture further from home.
So far, I'm really enjoying backpacking alone. It's kind of nice to like take a step back and see what something that I really, really love is all about when you remove the other person that I'm usually doing it with, to see if it has the same gravity that it does when we're together.
If you ever start to feel overwhelmed, stop. Take some deep breaths and regain your composure, because remember, you got this.
I can work with this. Camp. Made it to camp. No worse for wear. So let's see. I made it about 4 miles. I didn't really come out here with any mileage objectives today. I kind of, when you're testing the waters of something new, I didn't want to come out here and just destroy myself. I kind of wanted to take it easy, take it at my own pace, smell the roses, stop to take photos and video. So that's what I did. Being that I'm dipping my toes into something new, I just didn't want to come out here and get myself in over my head. But I genuinely wasn't sure how this would go for me. I'm such a social being and I really love being around people. But there's something like so luxurious about taking yourself on a backpacking trip. So yeah, I'm thankful I'm not anxious, but I'm also around absolutely no one. I just have all my cactus friends. You can see them back there. Step 1 for setting up a tent, remove debris. In today's case, it is cow chips. All right, come on. How was your backpacking trip? Oh, it was great. I just moved cow poop around with my trekking poles.
Before hitting the trail alone, I recommend getting to know your gear ahead of time. This ensures that you feel comfortable using and setting everything up that you brought with you, so you can keep your focus on enjoying your experience.
I can't decide if I'm gonna set up the rain fly. I get so cold so easily, but I wanna look at the stars. Dilemmas. Home sweet home.
This is the single most important tip I will be sharing in this video. It's essential that you leave a detailed itinerary with somebody that you trust. This should include things like where you're going, where your car will be parked, where you plan to camp, and what time you expect to return. Then, do your best to stick to those plans. You can take this a step further, if it's a purchase that makes sense to you, by bringing a satellite communication device like the Garmin InReach Mini. This allows you to let your loved ones know that you've made it to your destination, even when you're out of service.
I took this camera all the way out here, so I figured I might as well shoot some film. Everything is glowing right now. It's so beautiful. Wow. It's my favorite part about the desert. I love how these cactuses just collect light in the evening and yeah, they just glow. So it's dinner time. Sun is just about down. And one of the things I decided to do for this trip, since I'm carrying the tent when I don't normally do that, I normally carry the cook setup, I decided to go like stove free this time, and I just brought some of my own food. Also to save on weight, because then if I brought a cook stove, I would have to carry more water. You know, it's a trade-off. I stopped by a bakery today and got this outrageous sandwich of mushroom, spinach, and toasted cheese. Just kind of wanted to push the easy button on dinner tonight. Costume change. It's getting chilly out here quickly. I will say staying warm is the one thing that I am the most concerned about this evening. I get cold very easily. And Owen is my live-in heater. But I brought some hand warmers this time. And I just opened them, so they should be good for this evening and into the night. And if my feet get cold, I was planning on putting them in the foot of my sleeping bag. I don't know. I might be crazy. But it sounds luxurious, doesn't it? So anyways, I might try it. The nighttime sounds out here are so lovely. I feel like I'm retiring a bit early, but it's cold outside. I told you I get cold easily. Good morning. So, I had a great night. I didn't sleep super well just because I feel like my first day on trail, I never sleep particularly well. My body gets very achy from carrying all the weight. But otherwise, I feel well rested. I enjoyed my time out here. It was great. I am curious about what it would be like to do a multi-day hike alone. I find that I prefer multi-day hikes anyways, just because you kind of get to fall into a little bit of a rhythm of simplicity where your only focus is covering miles and dealing with, your tent and all that good stuff. So I'm really curious what that would be like alone. But I would say that this has been a wild success for me. I am really pleased that this ended up being a good experience for me. There's hope for me yet. This morning I'm probably going to eat a little breakfast and take my time packing up the tent and head out.
there's something really special about solo backpacking. Maybe it's getting to do things at your own pace, or simply the opportunity to disconnect and spend time with yourself. I'm so thankful I decided to step out of my comfort zone and do something for myself that doesn't necessarily look like self-care, but it certainly felt like it. I know that going on your first solo backpacking trip can be a scary and daunting process, but the outdoors are for everyone, and we all deserve to feel comfortable accessing these places. So maybe sharing my experience and some tips will get you started so you too can take your first steps into the unknown and closer to your goal of solo backpacking. The joy of backpacking alone. Let's see how this looks. Oh my God, this camera is so heavy.
Well, I just took a little bit of a tumble. I don't know if you can see this. Skinned my knuckle a little bit. It could have been so much worse though. I stopped myself within an inch, I would say, of landing on a jumping cholla chunk. And the spines on them can be that big. And it wouldn't have gone into my butt. So I think I will take a little bit of blood over pulling a bunch of cactus spines out of my butt any day. Okay. Come on! Get out of here. There we go. Wow, there's a lot of cow poop here. I thought this stick was a snake.